Welcome to
be.
All right. Go.
Welcome to be.
Okay. Cut. All right. We'll do this again. All right.
Welcome to BHW. All right. You want to go ahead?
You go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
You got this.
I'll take it then.
I'll sit here.
Welcome to BHW Breakdown, where we break down the events that have taken place for BHW Best Hybrid Wrestling, more than just wrestling. Joining me today is Varik Vayne, the one they call Spider.
Actually, joining me today is our commentator and ring announcer, Johnny Cadillac.
It's good to be here.
Yes. This is the first episode of BHW Breakdown. Like he said, we're just going to break down the matches or the events that we do. This should be done after every event that we do.
It's the plan.
Depends on how many I do, I guess. And then we will take the back half of the podcast and we'll talk about whoever's on the podcast, talk about their life or maybe how they got into the business, or maybe if they're not in the business, maybe it's just a random guess. I don't know.
Right.
We'll figure it out as we go by, see what the fans want and everything.
BHW is more than just wrestling, so we can talk more than just wrestling.
Yeah, we have armored combat, we have arm wrestling. We are about to start doing something similar to phone booth boxing. We have car clash, which is jiu-jitsu in a car. We do a lot of stuff.
Well, and so one thing was brought up tonight is training program for BHW.
Yes, we have the training program, $75 a month, and we teach armored combat stuff, which includes a lot of judo. We teach Muay Thai, boxing, amateur wrestling, pro wrestling, lucha libre, arm wrestling, and I'm sure there's probably even more that we forgot.
That's incredible. I mean, can people do like more than one thing if they train more than one thing?
That includes all of that stuff. So this is best hybrid wrestling. So we try to make sure that all of our guys are well-rounded. These people, we want to make sure that they're the best of the best, you know? We want to make sure that they know a little bit of everything. If things get out of control, taken to the ground or something, they need to be able to know how to defend themselves on the ground properly. And if it's stand-up, you know, like tonight whenever I was fighting in armor, I was throwing knees and elbows the whole time. So Muay Thai is really good with that. Sadly, I didn't get the chance to throw him, but it was because he went down. I didn't need to throw him.
So, Varik Vayne, you've had a very busy last few days, but today alone you had 2 matches, and you were part of the armed combat. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm beat up. We have to do it all again tomorrow. So
we get to do it all again tomorrow.
That's right. It has been restless nights. There's been a few of us up here. The sound guy, his name's Cordell. He is freaking amazing. He's put together so many things. Dave, behind the camera here, is freaking awesome. He's been working his butt off. JD, top of the line security and great floor manager. He's been working constantly. The owners of the building, the event center, they've been helping out a whole bunch. Everyone has just been doing so much. And everyone's been pulling their own weight and stuff, and even more.
Yeah.
They've just gone above and beyond.
Oh,
you know?
it's and I don't want to toot my own horn or anything here, but to show the commitment. I mean, I came from Lincoln, Nebraska, to be here today.
Yeah.
This weekend, and I'm dedicated. I'm going to keep coming back as long as we have wrestling shows here. I'll be here. So
awesome. Yeah, we had people come from New Mexico, down near Louisiana. We had a guy fly in from Arizona, and that was our referee. He's a great guy. Like he's just on it.
Yeah.
I've noticed that it's very it's new to everyone wrestling inside of an 8-sided ring, an octagon.
Yeah.
It's very hard to make that transition from a 4-sided ring to an 8-sided ring, and that is one thing that sets us apart. I'm sure as people will start to notice, it's double the sides, double the action, double the fun, but not double the price.
Yeah, there you go.
It's still affordable. Kids ages 12 and under are free. I guess 12-year-old isn't really a kid anymore. It's almost a grown man.
Yeah.
Ages 12 and under are free. Everything is like good priced, you know, $10 for general admission, $15 for ringside, $20 for VIP. Like, it's very affordable, you know.
Yeah. No, and that was one thing that that Landry Miller and I talked about on commentary was just the adjustment going from 4 sides to 8 sides and just seeing the wrestlers trying to figure out during their matches today. And you know, I feel that ultimately we all kind of adjusted well. But I need to bring it up. You took a nasty spill with that ring.
I did. Yeah. Whenever the rope broke. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. Yeah, that hurt.
I believe
it. No one in the crowd was expecting that. I just remember hearing everyone go,
yeah.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I don't think that anything like that has ever happened. So after some technical difficulties, we are back.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Tomorrow.
The matches tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
So DJ Hall won, and Steve sadly won. That sucks. I think DJ Hall is gonna win. And also we have another tournament tomorrow.
Another tournament?
Yeah, and I only know this because management told me that they want to be back.
Okay,
I got doctor came up to me, talked to me. Everything's fine with my knee.
Good.
So I am able to compete tomorrow. And I guess they're giving me another shot since the ring broke. And I think they saw that it was definitely unfair, a 2-on-1 the whole time. That sucked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully your knee can still hold up. You're cleared, but tomorrow may not be easy, though. And you do have a target now.
Yeah, and I don't even know who I'm going to be wrestling. We have other talent coming in tomorrow, and they're crazy. Brandon Groom is one of them. He's a somewhat local guy, 30, 40 minutes from here.
Right.
We have a guy named Austin Ariel coming in. He jumps around the place like crazy. Any flips that I do, he tops it easily. I don't remember. Oh, there's Ali Gator. I don't really know much about him.
Okay.
But I saw a promo that he did, and he's a luchador. So I'm excited to see him. If I get to work him, that would be kind of cool.
Big matches today. Sounds like we'll end up having quite the show tomorrow. Let's talk about you. Get to know you, talk to you, your story a little more. I noticed that scar on your back. I understand car accident. You've been cut, scalped in a car accident. You've been shot. All
a lot
sorts
of
things.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have scars on my back. I have scars on my stomach. I have a huge scar on my head, on the top of my head. That was actually, I was scalped in that car wreck in 2014. Okay. And it was the day after my debut match in wrestling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We went out to celebrate, and we all went to the lake. None of us were smoking or drinking or anything, but just a crazy driver swerved off the road, hit a tree like 60 miles an hour, and my head went through the back windshield.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Now, you emphasize none of you were smoking, none of you were drinking.
Mm-mm.
You haven't smoked.
No, I've never smoked, never drank, never tried anything. I'm completely straight edge.
Completely straight edge.
Mm-hmm.
What's your reasoning?
There's no real reasoning. I think I just have a very addictive personality.
Okay.
And I noticed that kind of at a young age. I have a ton of video games.
Yeah.
I have a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I remember whenever I was really young, I would just dig holes all the time. I would be digging holes. I'd chop down trees, just like crazy stuff. But I would get so addicted to it. Just anything that I did, I'd be super addicted to it. And I noticed that at a young age. And my mom got clean when I was 10 years old. She started going to NA, and it's Narcotics Anonymous. She actually, the producer of all this, she met him there, and that's really cool. We had a really cool connection and everything. Like, we got to reconnect and everything. It's crazy how that works. But she got clean when I was 10 years old, and just growing up in that environment of everyone getting clean, hearing everyone's crazy stories of like when they were messed up, why they were messed up and everything. I just never wanted to be a part of that. So never tried anything. And I've been to parties and I've seen people snort coke right in front of me.
Yeah.
I've seen people do all kinds of drugs. I've seen some horrible things, but I just never had any desire to try any of it.
And not only that, no tattoos, no piercings, nothing.
No, I am way too indecisive to have a tattoo. I would get a lion on my chest and be like, man, I should have got a gorilla. Like the next day, I'd look at it and be like, man, I really should have got a spider. Should have got a lizard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just too indecisive. A long time ago, he's one of my best friends. We went into a tattoo piercing place to get our eyebrows pierced. And I think we were like 16 at the time. And they were like, well, you have to have a birth certificate. And my grandma drove us up there. We went back to go get it. And I already decided that I did not want a piercing anymore.
Oh.
Just because we had to go back home. It was just too much of an inconvenience.
Oh, man.
So I'm kind of glad that happened, just to be able to say that I don't have any piercings. And that's how it is. I would have gotten home and be like, yeah, I don't actually like it. And I had a hole there. My grandparents, they don't have any tattoos or piercings. My mom and dad do. My grandparents don't.
That's the thing with me. I have one tattoo and one piercing. I have my left ear pierced, and I made that decision the day before I was getting pierced. And so it just kind of happened, and that was 16, 17 years ago, and still with me. One tattoo, figured out the design at midnight the night before, and I love it. But
wow. Where's the tattoo?
It's on the back of my left calf. It's a ship anchor.
Show us.
Oh, man.
Show us. Let's see.
Let's
see it. Let's see it.
Oh, man. I don't know if I can really.
I put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. A water bottle just comes flying in. Let's see. Show the camera. Don't fall through the window.
No, I'm not going to fall through the window.
Yeah, that's.
But it's.
I've never had never looked at a bad tattoo, and that was the first time that's ever happened.
Oh, is that right?
I'm not
is that
totally
right?
kidding. Totally kidding.
Well, and so my whole thing is it's a ship anchor. It says Rager across because I love going on cruises. And speaking of the cruise, there's the Jericho cruise. I was hoping a while back I thought my first time meeting you was going to be on a Jericho cruise. That's why it says Rager on my tattoo. That's where I tied the Jericho cruise into it.
Yeah, we were supposed to go on that cruise. We should have. It was just so expensive. And I actually think I was helping with another wrestling company at the time, and I think all my money was just tied up, and I'm terrified of the water. Like any water I can't see in, I freak out. I'm so fascinated with the ocean, but from a distance.
Right. Okay, so a cruise is something you haven't done yet then.
Correct. I've traveled, I've wrestled in different countries and everything. I've been on boats, but not a cruise.
Gotcha.
I've been kayaking around mangroves in Florida. I've seen the ocean in the UK and everything like that. A cruise ship, I hear it's really cool. I would love to go on one, but if there wasn't one that's like $3,000, if there was one that wasn't $3,000, I would go.
they can get expensive. They can get expensive. I've been on 6 cruises, getting ready to go on my 7th, so I know a thing or two.
Yeah. We should definitely make it happen, but I think you should probably just pay for my way.
Oh, is that right?
I think so.
Johnny Cadillac, not to put you on the spot, but yeah, let's maybe pay for a couple people's cruises. Why don't you?
I don't care about anyone else, but as long as mine's paid for, that's all that really matters.
I mean, ideally, I'd like to go on a cruise. I've been used to paying for myself, so
I hear they have like unlimited food, all you can eat, right?
Yeah, there's a buffet that's always open. I've been at that buffet at 3 a.m, 4 a.m.
That's the selling point for me.
Yeah.
It may not look like it, but I eat a lot.
Oh, really?
I would just chow down all night. Whenever I went to Brazil, I was there for 15 days. I gained 15 pounds. And I feel like it was good weight. You know, they eat very healthy over there, a lot of meat. Then I came back and lost 15 pounds. So I still weigh 205.
Oh,
it kind of sucks. I try to put on weight and it just doesn't happen.
I try to put off weight and
what? Why? Don't do that. You look good, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Speaking of Brazil, though, I have to tell everyone this. You know those chicken wings that are like, they're usually about $2 a piece.
Sure.
Right? Wing Wednesday and everything. Those wings in Brazil are freaking delicious, and they're about 11 cents a piece.
Oh my goodness.
So when I went there, I just constantly ate wings.
I would too. I love wings.
All their food there was so delicious. I had pizza there, and it was amazing. Like, it is. I've been to Chicago. I've had Chicago pizza. I've been to New York. I've had New York pizza. Nothing compares to this pizza place in Brazil.
Wow.
And this was in like a very like a low populated town. It was called Santa Rosa. I flew into Sao Paulo. That's a very populated place. That's like New York. There were so many people there, people of all different colors, all different religions, everything, And in Santa Rosa, I think it was about a 5-hour drive.
Okay.
And hardly anyone there spoke English.
Right.
I think there were only like 3 people there that ever seen a white person. I remember they were coming up and touching my hair, and it was really cool. I got to teach a bunch of kids about pro wrestling. I got to show them moves, and I had to have a translator.
I was going to say, how fluent is your Portuguese?
It's my pork and cheese, actually.
Pork and cheese.
Yeah, I couldn't even say Portuguese when I was there. I kept saying pork and cheese. People would make fun of me, whatever. It's getting better.
There you go.
I know melancia. I think that's it for watermelon. I love watermelon, and their watermelon there is huge, and it's so cheap. Everything there is so cheap. Well, compared to like American money, their dollar isn't worth as much as American currency.
Sure.
I don't really know everything about that. But there, it's hard to be able to afford that stuff. No one has game systems. Well, I can't say no one. It's just not common to have a game system.
Okay.
It's not common to have electronics.
Okay.
From what I understand, they had to pay import taxes, and those are very, very expensive. And luckily, the place I stayed, he did have a gaming console. He had an Xbox. So when I wasn't out exploring, I was just gaming.
Okay, so you still had something familiar to you there.
Yeah, and it was amazing. The food there is amazing. I will say to the entire world, or the 4 people that watch this, I love Brazil. I will go back.
Camera rolls and close.
Okay, so we had the most perfect closing segment like in the world.
I thought so.
And apparently JD messed everything up. So let's blame him, because I've done that all night and all the time.
Well, and again, anything that could have gone wrong today.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe it seemed to have gone wrong.
We don't know when the
finishing a
camera
podcast.
stopped. Yeah, so it could have stopped 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. We have no idea.
No idea.
We don't even know what we're doing. But I feel like we talked about some really good stuff.
Yeah.
And
hopefully
we had such a good ending. It was just perfect. I don't think we could ever repeat that. Like,
No, probably
it's
not.
like, do you listen to Tenacious D, the band?
Yeah.
So it's like, the best song in the world, they forgot to hit record. And
Right.
that's how I feel right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Completely.
We literally had the best podcast in the world. Even better than the Joe Rogan Experience.
So I think maybe just to finish off today's podcast episode of BHW Breakdown, maybe you should say something cool.
Yeah, something cool.
Okay, I guess we can go from a literal stance, but
Oh, I thought you were saying like say something cool. Like I don't know. I was following your lead there. Yeah. How about you say something cool?
something cool.
Okay, I didn't mean it like that. I just thought. Okay, whatever. So thank you for listening to us. I don't know how we can never repeat that ending. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it was perfect. So if we say goodbye, that would be cool. Maybe we see you guys next time. Thank you for listening to us. This is BHW Breakdown, and
More than just a podcast.
yeah, something like that. Toodles.